Welcome back to another episode of the History of Fan Anime. I'm your host, William Chow, and today's episode is another exciting episode where I get to go back into the past and look at the pictures. Today's topic is going to be San Diego Comic Con 2004. Okay, now I've just recently met up with one of my friends that was on the trip, and we discussed some of the things and some of the memories that we had on that in that trip. And so I was not going to be able to use too much of the audio that was used in the hub because just we were in a restaurant and I was just using it as to sort of take notes and that kind of stuff and physical reminders of stuff. So can't use too much of that for the interview or anything like that. But it gives me an indication. I did remember that we did trade our cameras and all the different pictures and that stuff that was in the cameras, so that we're able to do some of that. So I'll show you some of that kind of stuff in this particular video. All right. So again, before we begin, don't forget to go down below, click like and click subscribe. But about 60% of you are already subscribed, and I really appreciate that. And again, hopefully the other the rest of you, I hope I've earned your subscription and you go hit that red button, subscribe, and also maybe click that notification bell, because obviously YouTube is starting to get better on recommending my videos now. But for the mass majority, you won't know when to release videos until you get that notification ring. All right, so go ahead and do that. Anyway, so the year is 2004. And this is one of the times that we got to go down to San Diego for a trip down to the Comic Con. And this year, I knew I had from the previous year bought the tickets to go to San Diego Comic Con. So I definitely, from 2003, I definitely knew that I wanted to come back for 2004. Now I knew that it was going to be sort of a last moment. I didn't have the same people that was going around, and and so we decided, oh, look, let's grab, gather some friends, and then just sort of we'll go down together, okay? And so anyway, I got some pictures and I got a little bit of audio, and I'll go over some of the stories that will go there, and and I'll explain some of them as that. And I think there's probably enough for a couple episodes here of some of the material that I got. So we'll go back a little in the past and see what it was like to go to San Diego Comic Con during the height of anime, the anime boom, shall we say. All right. So let's begin.
It's kind of funny. I told you I was in San Jose for 4 years and everything like that.
Yeah,
and then so I had an anime store there, and the owner, I went a bunch of times. I got a bunch of things off of him, and just like one of the days, I was talking with him. So
you talked to Animart?
I forgot.
Upstairs on
I forgot exactly where it was, but it
second floor on top of this sort of this Japanese liquor store or whatever.
I think it was something like that. But anyways, so my conversation with him was that he actually won a draw back then, and he bought a full-size Rei statue back then. And then back then, he told me his wife got super upset. But
No kidding.
yeah, he either told me it was either like 5K or 8K, like USD and everything like that. Now looking back at it in 2024, that's super cheap for that's incredibly cheap for like a full size thing, like full size like statue. Like you couldn't get anything for like that for 5K now that.
No,
like
I know my friend Dilbert. He collects he collects like full size and large size skill kits.
Statues, yeah.
I mean, he's got I think he's got like a 5 foot Optimus Prime.
Oh shit.
And
yeah.
He's got 1 to 4 skill, I think, Wolverine.
Oh Jesus. Yeah, those things.
I think he's got a pretty huge, Doctor
Strange.
Yeah.
Yeah, those things nowadays cost so much money.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
and they don't make many of
Yeah, they
them.
don't make many of them. So like, I'm sure his full size Ray, which is actually an authorized, actual, real product and everything like that. It was just like, he went to Japan. He won a draw, so he was able to buy it. He brought it back to his house in the USA, and his wife was super upset, but he still kept it because it's like crazy rare and everything like that. Man, I can't even imagine how much that thing costs like now.
I can't imagine how he got to the airport.
Oh Jesus. Yeah, shipping back then was nothing
Yeah.
like how it is now. Yeah.
That's the thing. When you put it in a crate and actually try to ship it as a big crate, or when you try to take it on an airplane as another passenger.
Probably be. I'm assuming it's the freight or crate. Yeah. But like nowadays, even like statues like this small, like 1/4 scale, it's like $400 now.
Oh yeah.
They're like super expensive now. Yeah, everything's so expensive now.
Yeah. Especially when it's already made and painted and all
Yeah,
that stuff.
Okay, so my model building story is I've already told it before, but I'll quickly go over it again just because it's relevant for the topic that I'm speaking of. Now, I remember when I was getting into models and that kind of stuff, I bought a Kasaragi figurine for Neon Genesis Evangelion, and when I bought it, it was like $100, but it was unassembled. Okay, so I got it off of eBay and I got it in, and it was unassembled. And what I had to do is I had to find another person that was willing to do the build and the painting, right? Like, so to actually glue it all together and pin it all together, sand it all down, and then sit there and actually paint it and gloss it and finish it, right? So I had to send it to I think Montreal. Cost me another $100 to do it. So all in total, with all the sending around and the actual kit and everything, it cost me like $200 to get this thing built. And so, and then nowadays, of course, that's just par for the course. So even back then, that was like, an awesome deal. Like that was the way things are. And unfortunately, again, with kits and that kind of stuff, that's just the normal, as it were, for it. So again, this just goes to show that this isn't a cheap hobby. That's for sure.
$100 for that work now is like super cheap.
It's super cheap.
It's
Yeah.
super cheap. Yeah. First of all, nowadays for me, no space. That's one thing. Like not having like really like limited space on things. The other thing is that they're so expensive now. Like I was mentioning to you, Bandai finally after like 7 years or something like that, is going to release their YF21 this upcoming summer-ish, and it was like 350,000, like basically $350 US. And yeah, it's like a lot of freaking money. Like back then, like Macross by Yamato or even Bandai was like 180 to maximum 230-ish. But like now it's like 350. No, that's crazy. That's so much.
Well, you know what it is.
Well,
Bandai 100% knows who their market is.
Yes, that's true.
It's the guys that go, we knew you liked Macross back when you were a kid.
Yeah.
And now that you are an established adult with money, and you'd like to relive your childhood.
Yeah.
We're just going to charge you double the money that we would have charged like normally, because we're not going to attract any new Macross fans. We just want to take the old Macross fan and just charge you double. And unfortunately, they did this with Gundam. Because you ever remember when they first came out with the Gundams or whatever? Right? They just come out with a random, like a regular Gundam, Zaku, whatever. Yeah. It's 1,000 yen or whatever.
Yeah.
And you had to do everything yourself. You paint it, whatever, right? And then, wait a couple years, they release it again. Except no, this time it's the HG version.
Oh yeah, high grade.
Right?
Yeah.
So it has more lines and stuff, and maybe some of the things are painted a little bit better in the right color for you.
Yeah.
But they charge you double
Yeah.
or whatever because it's high grade now, right?
Now they have the master grade, right?
And then, they wait a couple more years, then they released the master
Master grade.
grade Gundams, right? And those are like 55,000 yen, 75,000 yen. Okay, yeah. And it's like bastards.
Yeah, I know, super expensive, super expensive, and especially like I haven't built Gundams in like probably like 15, 20 years now, but like those large scale ones, like Sazabi and Nightingale and everything,
yeah.
so expensive.
I still have a secret wish to get a Kebali.
Which one is that?
That's the green one with all the fin funnels.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And the major problem with that one is that they never released it in like a 144 scale.
That's a standard one.
So it's the same as all the other guys. They always released it as 1 to 240 or 1 to.
Oh, okay, so smaller.
Right? So it's smaller.
Oh, okay.
It's not proportional to the other Gundams. So. But it's the same thing. I'd probably love to buy it, but then I'd never have the time to build it unless I gotta go to one of the Gunpla guys and go, hey, I'll pay you $100. Just can you build this for me?
All right. I hope you had kind of fun and a little blast from the past. And don't forget, I'll be doing more kind of episodes where I bring out some pictures and more merchandise and collectible stuff from that past era. Okay. So until next time, see you again.